change until there's like a certain point that happens within. It's something drastic.
Part 2.
You know,
of how we
that might happen in their life to where they will change. But then again, there are some times to where like that drastic thing happens and they don't change. You know, it like sometimes it never changes, and the consequences of that is a lot of times death, and and on the other side is prison. You know, and
so which one is better? Is death better than prison?
Yes.
None of them are good.
Death is better than prison.
Because it seems
none of them are good when you're leaving a child abandoned.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
because now you got one parent dead and you got the other one that's in jail forever.
But it seems that's the only choice that we're left with.
No.
Death or in prison.
No.
Or do you say there's another way?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's that other way?
Other way is to
consciousness.
Yeah. To just everybody knows right from wrong. At a certain point in your life, you know right from wrong.
Yes, you do.
So it's at that point where you got to make that decision on if you're going to keep on doing wrong or you're going to start doing right.
The way you know to, I want to break that down.
And like the thing is like when you with good parenting, you find out like, okay, when I lie, I gotta keep on lying, and like when the lie gets huge, I get in trouble.
That's something
I get
you
licks.
On your own.
I get licks. I get this. I get that. You know, I get licks. I'm on punishment. Can't play my whatever game system.
Can't do it anymore.
I can't do nothing.
Can't get licks anymore.
No, they don't hit kids no more. And if
government says you can't do that.
Let me tell you this.
I mean,
let me tell you this. If you get your child in the right state though, not beating them senseless. We're talking about pop your child. No, but I'm saying if you do that and your child calls 911, do you know that your child will be taken? I don't think the kid knows that. That's the funny part is that the kid's looking like, oh shoot, I'm really be taken out of my home now.
So who's that law for? Really? Who's that? Who that law was put there for? What reason? For who?
For us.
I feel so. I feel
definitely. It was to keep our parents from guiding us the way that they should, to be able to tell us because honestly I don't like physical.
It wasn't put there for us.
Yeah.
It was put there because of the abuse that white men were doing to their white men and white women were doing to their children. We never went to the government saying that this abuse needs to stop.
I feel like they don't want us to be.
The thing is like
I feel like they want to make us softer. They want to make us softer, and by making us softer, how do they do that? They take away the rod. There is no rod now.
But like
spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what the Bible says.
Exactly.
Right.
There is no rod now.
I'm a man of the cloth. I believe in the word of the Most High. Nothing the word of the man who's dictated
our
me.
cries don't change laws, really.
No, our cries don't change law. But I didn't say that. I said
no. But
it's
but
made
like
for us
I'm going back to his. To what his statement is.
I said that is for us because
right.
he had the question, and the reason why is because they want to soften us. They want to keep our parents.
But I think he's talking about what I said about I believe in the word. I believe in the word, and I believe in the word that was given to me in this book, right? And I believe in the whole Testament. I believe in the Torah. I believe in that.
Right. Okay.
And no man on this earth can tell me that it does not exist because I'm looking at it. I'm witness to it. I bear it. I see it in every day.
Right.
So, spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what it says.
Right.
It didn't say.
But like also the thing is also this.
It didn't say break the rod on the child.
No. No, it didn't say that.
So therefore, why are they removing us from that which is already ordained in Scripture?
Because white people were abusing their kids.
It's not about white and black.
But
you gotta stop thinking like that.
No, but like,
gotta let them talk though.
But like the thing is like within the United States, that's how it is. It is white and black, because it's like it's also white. It's white and black, but it's also how's it how did my friend put it? I think it's like conflict, reaction, solution. So the conflict is there were white kids that was going to school with bruises, and you know, teachers or other people within the community. The people within the community usually, like back then, you know, before the laws were applied, like everybody knew what was happening in everybody's house in the neighborhood. They knew whose house not to go to, because like parents would tell you like, hey, do not accept candy from dude down the street from blah blah blah.
Right. I remember that. Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because they knew that dude was fondling kids, and for some reason, as far as like communities back then, they just let that person live. I don't understand that. Like, you know, like if you know that somebody that somebody has actually harmed or messed with a child that used to live on that block, to where their family ended up moving because of what happened. Oh, like, nah, dude, like,
right,
you can't be here.
But as far as the
but back to that, people knew what was happening. So what it was, there was an outcry to the government. I was like, hey, Mr. Walton and Mr. Burns and blah blah blah, and you know, all these fathers, all these mothers that were tired, or like teachers that were tired of seeing these kids, like the real good kids in their school, come there with bruises and all this stuff. Big outcry to the government. You need to help us control these other fathers and all mothers that are beating their kids because they didn't have, like when they was putting away the groceries, they didn't have the soup can turned facing the front, or when they came into the door, they didn't wipe their feet good enough, and there was a footprint of mud on the front door carpet, or just little stuff like that. So the government was like, okay, we'll think of something. And what they thought of was like, okay, here goes a number, kids. And they told this to the teachers. They didn't tell it to the parents. They told this. I learned that abuse hotline number from school. I didn't. You never really saw it on no commercial until like late, like 85, 86, where you saw the commercial. You first learned that in school. So it's like, forget the parents. Hey, teachers, this is what you do. You tell all the kids if you're getting abused. And what's abuse? Abuse is if your parents hit you. It didn't say like why. You know, it's not like, oh, if your parents just hit you because you
burnt down the house.
no, because you didn't have this can of soup right, or you didn't dust this off, or
I mean, that's too much detail for a
you
child.
didn't
That's too much detail.
Right, but they was just
you can't break it down like that to a child.
But they was just like, okay, your parents hit you.
Yeah.
So it's like now you got all these kids that was like you got.
But you gotta understand too that
you got, but this is the thing though. Since they didn't send the memo to the parents, they just sent it to the kids. Now the kids got control because now the kids call this number because like when they first started doing that, like like every week, like you used to see it in school. You used to see it in the abuse hotline.
Right.
So it's like to call this number if your parents hit you.
But at the same time, don't you think that the government saw an end to now begin to separate?
What I'm trying, that's
what break up the family.
I mean, the government knows
this. This is the thing. Let me say this because I've been holding it for a while.
Okay.
Now,
just like you've been holding the plate of your pizza.
Yes.
Well, take a bite.
I have been biting it.
You should have been eating it while I was talking.
I was, but I was also listening. It's the fact that
pizza time.
When it comes to laws that are made like that, those big laws that make big difference, it's not always just about black and white. Not saying that there isn't a black and white spectrum to it, but we are in a spiritual state. And people need to realize that it's not always about your race. It's not always about, the white people and then the black people and then the white people. Because if you stay in that mindset of, it was white people and then they wanted it, so then that's why it happened. No, they were thinking way deeper than just protecting little white kids. Mm-hmm. They were thinking about, like you said it yourself, taking away the parents' power.
Right.
Giving the power to the children. So when it trickles into our neighborhoods,
right.
What the hell are our parents gonna do? When they're handing us guns and they're handing us drugs and now they don't even have the control to stop us.
But the only reason why I bring it up as black and white is because our voice has very little power.
But it doesn't matter whose voice it is. If it's not a part of their plan, they're not going to go according to that law. They're not going to change it for any white person, any Asian person. They're not going to change anything for anybody unless it goes with their plan. So it's not just about white people and protecting white people because it's all about a bigger picture. So it's not like we have to stop thinking the white man and black man and yes, black kings, yes. We are power, we are the seed, we are where it came from. But at the same time, we can't get so caught up in just white and black. There is a spiritual situation happening that has no color. Well, maybe it does, but it's not this flesh.
But like what I mean by it being a white and black thing is because I've been saying like our voice has very little power within the U.S. government.
Yes.
Right.
So, whenever there's problem, reaction, solution, it's always been with the white community.
Yes.
When crack was rampant,
but they'll never change it.
When crack was rampant, and it was mostly within the ghetto, you really didn't see big change until the parents started catching their suburban white kids smoking it and hooked on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they knew it always takes a while for the bill to come about because they got to see if it helps with their agenda.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's all about their agenda.
Right.
Which is not a flesh thing.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like they wouldn't have gotten to that part.
They would have. Yes, they would have. Just like they sent Martin Luther King.
No.
Yeah, what you in the
what I'm saying is,
they send who they want to send, and they make it happen when they want to make it happen for their agenda.
Exactly.
So it all ties
That's why they allowed because that has been going on within the white community for years and years and years and years and years.
Yes.
You know, it was just
the timing for their agenda. So it's not.
They just allowed that to keep on happening.
Right.
You know.
But nothing happens unless he pops it up. Until
people, until the reaction happened. They allow the problems to keep on happening until there's a reaction.
Mm-hmm. Which means they don't care about white people either.
No, they don't care. The whole thing is. I understand what you're saying because I understand it's not really white or black.
It's really not. It's about status for the most part.
Exactly,
status.
It's all caste. It's been cast since Europe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, since everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. Even in Africa, it's always been some kind of caste system.
Right.
You had your warrior caste, you had this caste, you had that caste, and it was always a hierarchy.
There's always you always have to have a hierarchy. You
Right.
always have to have some authority,
right,
and way down. But
so,
the way that it's presented right now is that there are certain people doing certain things for a certain purpose.
Oh yeah,
and they have no care that anybody else gets sucked up in there. So it's not about white, it's not about black, it's not about Asian, not about this. It's a negative energy that's trying to consume everything that's positive for itself. At the same time, it wants free labor.
Yeah, of course.
And so
that's why
slavery, modern day slavery.
That's why they have the. That's why they put the 13th Amendment in there. As soon as they the slaves are free, they immediately put the 13th Amendment in there. To where it's like when you're arrested, you're basically back into slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
and then make it hard for you to build up a life.
I believe I heard
freedom.
somewhere where they actually vote to keep us free every year. It's just a vote that's not really recorded.
Right.
But there's a vote that goes on in Congress.
Because isn't the that bill as far as its status goes is up? Wasn't it up back in in 95 or something like that?
But they have a vote every year to keep us free. And see what a lot of people don't know is that at any given time they can reenact slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what how our mindset is and what we believe is that they can't make me a slave, but see they've already set you up to be a slave.
The thing is, that's why. And that's why there are so many white people that's part of the NRA, and that's the whole thing. It's like us as black people think that the NRA is just a whole bunch of Ku Klux Klan members. But if you really look at what the NRA is about, it's about making sure that the right to bear arms is upheld.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, as long as you don't become that criminal, as long as you abide by the law, you have the right to bear arms. And that's why there's a lot of people that move to Arizona, and they move to I think Atlanta.
All these states, all these southern states, and all these
like there's a couple states that's around
conservative states
to where you can still go out there and
I always had this thing where
arm up to a certain extent. You can arm up until the.
I always believed
until the ATF start to say that you're a
threat,
that you're a militia, and now they do a Waco, Texas on your ass.
Right. But what I always believe? I always believe that the right to bear arms is just there, and that there is no such thing, because the fact is that as long as certain groups not indulging in that right to bear arms, there is the right to bear arms. But I say to all who are listening out here today, that the minute you get a lot of African people or melon people to start going to these gun shops and all these places that buying arms in mass quantities, the right to bear arms will cease to exist.
That's why as black people, we all need to go get our NRA cards and go out there and go get our passports, get our NRA cards, and go get some guns. know the laws of your states and understand and know how many of what kind of guns you can get.
Right. You actually don't need, you know, why get
and also suck up on your bow and arrows and your and all that other stuff.
Well, the thing is,
also suck up on your gunpowder, suck up on and also learn how to fill up and make bullets and shotgun shells.
Why go through all that trouble to get illegal guns, right? Legal weapons. When you just go and you can get them legally.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, go get your NRA card.
Yeah.
And then go and then look up the laws.
He's not saying, man, go to your corner, thug over there on the street.
I don't get no illegal weapons. Get your NRA card. First get your passport.
Right.
First get a passport. Then get your NRA card.
He said first be ready to leave this country.
Then find out the laws of the NRA in your state and in your city.
Well, my thing is, listen, what we need to do, go get it in mass droves. And I guarantee you that the laws of the country, as far as guns and weapons are concerned, will change within the matter of months. If we went
and also
state to state in big quantities, and large quantities are purchasing weapons legally, there'll be a conscious movement. You would see a greater conscious movement for these people in Congress who are just laying on their loins while young, aspiring children are being murdered in the street. They would change because you know what? They would feel threatened. So at this point, they don't feel threatened. But there's no such thing as wanting to threaten them. But see, as long as they're getting paid by the NRA to have these weapons circulating all over and all around, it's all right. But the minute we start purchasing it, because we're not buying it in large quantities.
Get your NRA card, get your membership, so that they can start sending you the laws. You can start logging into their website before everything gets evaporated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You log into the website. You also go invest in a giant hard drive, the biggest size hard drive that you could capacity hard drive that you could get. Because what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to copy the whole NRA website to your hard drive, because as soon as they start seeing mass droves of African Americans becoming members and learning the laws,
they'll shut it down.
And that's when they get shut down.
And see, that's the key. That's how you get them to shut things down. See, we gotta be sweet. You know, we need to be smart in our actions and our movement. If we want things shut down, and if the country wants things shut down, hey, do your due diligence. Send us, the African Americans, in droves, whatever you want shut down, and believe me, they'll shut it down. Because they don't want us quantifying all these things.
They don't want us knowing laws, basically.
They don't want us knowing nothing.
No.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yep. But then after a while, it gets to where it starts to be on us.
Yeah. But the key is, who needs to vote? Who needs to vote? We don't need to vote. All you need to do is say, hey, listen, let's just get a bunch of brothers and sisters together, get them wanting something that we know we want cut off, and we know it'll get cut off.
That's crazy.
And let's just joke about it. Just put it in a way of joking, because there's truth in joke, but the truth is it's real.
Like if like all of a sudden right now, like 5 million African Americans joined the NRA, just like right now.
Yeah, that shit would be shut down so quick.
Like, there would be fear. They would, like their whole power in Congress and their what are they called?
Pizza time.
Part two.
I'm trying to what the hell the names are that we going to talk to senators and
lobbyists.
Yeah, like their lobbyists will have zero will have zero power in Congress. Their money might still have power. I don't know. It may last longer than what we think. But if it lasts longer, then that's even better, because then we can start learning more laws, and we can start preparing and knowing what weapons that they're going to start banning in your state. So you definitely know, hey, if they're going to be banning this, you need to go get that right now before the ban kicks in.
Right.
Yeah.
Because every ban that happens is never retroactive.
It never comes back.
It's never like, if you bought this before this date. I mean, yeah, if you bought this before this date, then you got to turn in your that weapon also.
Right.
It's never retroactive. It's always after. So y'all remember that.
Yeah. Hey, pizza time. Table food. It's all good. All right.
All good.